Hey guys, and welcome to a video with me. I am actually starting a new channel just because it was way too hard to make sure that Jose and I were ready to do a video at the same time. Also coordinating our schedules that was like easy for the both of us because it was really hard. But I decided to make a channel by myself and I'm not sure what the name's going to be exactly yet, but I decided to make the channel by myself to go ahead and explain pregnancy, first time motherhood, also explain I do have like my phone right here, by the way, schooling, because this is something like I did not know. Schooling is very important to me, but there's a lot of things that a lot of people do not know about schooling, and that is like one thing that I do want to cover. And then also the natural hair process. Right now I have my hair in this hairstyle, and it was literally a 5-minute hairstyle, so 10 out of 10 recommend. But a lot of people tend to struggle with first time motherhood. I know that I'm probably going to be one of those people. My pregnancy journey, I want to be able to update you guys on that. And then also like just going over like several different things. Within this video specifically, this video is going to be not long at all, but it is going to be a video that pretty much discuss, and I do have a few questions or a few things here that I do want to talk about, at least with this video. It is going to be a Q&A, but not really a Q&A, about the first trimester, but like pregnancy at the first trimester as a first time mom. So let's go ahead and get into it. And by the way, just to preface this video, I guess I should put this in the beginning parts. To preface this video, this is a video about pregnancy. So if you do not want to know about like the first trimester and how everything works, at least in my case, then definitely don't click on this video. It's not for you. But anyways, back to everything. With pregnancy, things are so different than what I guess expected it to be. I'm not gonna say that I had like different expectations or whatever the case may be, but my first trimester, if I could go back and do it again, I definitely will. I definitely would, not because anything was like negative with my pregnancy or whatever the case may be, but how I explain things to people or how I talk to people, not in a negative way or anything like that, but like how I talk to them about telling them that I was pregnant, I would definitely do a way differently. My first trimester was very different, I feel like. Probably not, but it was very different than what I had thought. First off, this was not a planned pregnancy at all. It was something that my experience with the first week of finding out that I was pregnant was actually pretty different. So of course it wasn't planned. It was definitely something I did not expect. I actually thought like maybe something else was the case, like maybe I had like a cyst, or maybe I had PCOS, or maybe I had this, or maybe I had that. Like nothing was pointing to those things, but I just felt like, okay, my period's not coming, like what is going on? I had the cycle tracker thing. So my first trimester was a little bit different. It wasn't so I thought I did have other things going on. I never thought pregnancy, you know, maybe if you don't know, but I had taken, you know, me and Jose have been together for like 2.5 years. So in those 2.5 years, I have taken pregnancy tests. They all came out negative, and I was always like, okay, cool, like, you know. But every time I missed my period, I not missed it, but it was like a few days late, I was like, oh, I need to go take a pregnancy test, like I'm freaking out. But this one was a little bit different. It had been 2 weeks after my like supposed start date, and I didn't get my period, obviously, and it was like, it was weird. It was really weird. So I was like, whatever, I'll call my doctor on Friday and see if we can like schedule an appointment to see what's going on, like something's wrong. And I was like, I know she's probably gonna ask me about like pregnancy tests, so I'll go ahead and get those as well, and just make sure that like I can rule that possibility out. Knowing me, I was like, they're gonna be negative, so I'm just like paranoid for no reason. My period's gonna come like in a couple of days. Well, I went to the store, I got groceries, came back, took the pregnancy test, was like, why don't I just take it? It's whatever. I took it, and let me tell you, those lines, people are always like, oh, it shows up so faint. That is a BS lie, okay? That is a BS lie, because it showed up so positive. I had never seen something so blue in my life. I was like, what the heck? What the freaking heck? That's another story about how everything else worked out and how I told everybody. But I say all of this to say, then after I found out, I did tell roughly like 4 people. And that was my roommate, Jose, and one of my good friends, and one other person who I'm close with, but I needed her to have like a non-bias like opinion about things. And she did. She was great. But at the same time, I was legit freaking out. I had a plan that I wanted to plan, like not a plan that I wanted to plan, but I had a plan in my life, and children were not a part of that, not at least for a good little while. But I say all of that to say, I had told them and everything was great. And then that weekend I had told my stepsister, because she's also pregnant. And then I had also told, I think maybe 2 other people. And one person, I had to kind of tell them, because I like to drink, I like to do things that, you know, you can't do when you are pregnant. And yeah, so they just knew. So I was like, hey, this is the case, like this is what's going on. And they were fine. Like everyone kept it hush hush, except for like one person. And at this time, like, what I want to tell you guys is, you need to, why I said that I would do everything differently is because you need time to process everything that's going on. And in those short days, I did not have time to process anything that was going on. I was panicking, I was freaking out. I was not, like, I was okay, obviously, but I was not mentally okay. Like, I just felt like things were completely different, and everyone's like, well, you need to tell this person, or you need to do this, or you need to go ahead and do that, or stop freaking out, or this, that, and it just doesn't help your, it does not help your sanity, like, in all honesty. So I would be careful with who I tell, if I were you, just so that you have time to process it, and talk to people who are gonna be like, how are you feeling? How are you? Not like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, like, or oh my gosh, like, you need to do this, or oh my gosh, you need to like make sure you're doing, like, those people. It's great to have support, but like in that case, it was a lot already for me, and it was something I had to take in, and I don't really like change, so it took a while for me to process everything that was going on. So I say that to just be mindful of who you're speaking to, who you're telling, how you're telling them, and making sure that they won't tell someone. No one tells you about the symptoms that you're gonna have in the first trimester. You are gonna be exhausted. I was exhausted daily. Like, I literally could not complete a day without taking like at least 2 naps. That's what's sad about it. And I went to bed at like 9 during this time frame. Like I was going to bed super early. Like I was just exhausted. Another thing, and we also had like a lot that we were doing. Like these last couple of months have been so busy. But no one tells you about that. Another thing that I would say as far as my pregnancy so far, and that I didn't know, is to call your doctors. So many times, like I had some stuff happen, and I'm not going to explain that in this video. I'm going to actually go into that a little bit more in detail in the next video regarding pregnancy. But what people don't tell you is you have the opportunity to talk to your doctors. Like, your doctors are not scary. Use them at all costs, because I had some stuff that was happening at the early parts of my pregnancy in my first trimester, and I always felt like I would text my friends first and be like, hey, this is what's going on. One person would be like, oh, that's so normal, like that's fine, I've had that happened once to me and I was fine my whole pregnancy. Other friend was like, no, that's really something you should be concerned about. Well, me over here, I've never been to the emergency room, but I went to the, like, you can't call a lot of people because a lot of people don't know in the first trimester, because you're trying to protect your secret, you're trying to be, like, mindful. For me, I wanted to be able to surprise people, but because of COVID, I couldn't do a lot of things that I really wanted to do. But basically, call your doctors. Your doctors are going to be the ones to be like, you don't necessarily have to spend an arm and a leg to go to the ER. You can come here in the morning, this, that, and the third. Call your doctors. There's always someone on call. Make sure you're calling your doctors. Another thing was, like what I kind of said earlier, is not having someone to go to. I really didn't feel comfortable talking to certain people because I didn't know their take on certain things, and those are people like that I had shared things with, but everyone kind of, oh, everything's fine. No one really like listens to a degree. They do listen, but I feel like it's more so, how's the baby? How's this going? You kind of you are like there, and everyone cares about you and your health and your safety, but it's mainly based off of the baby and how the baby is doing and things of that nature. And I don't feel like I had someone who I could really like discuss that with. I mean, I had Jose, but Jose, it's all new to Jose as well as it's new to me, and Jose can't give me the answers that I needed him to give me, which, I mean, I understood, he understood, and he's like, babe, I don't know, like, you're asking me these questions, but I can't really answer your questions, like, I'm sorry. So hey guys, I look a hot mess, so don't at me, but this is just me closing out this video. I did close out the video originally, however, I had used too much time for the videos, and I'm having to re-edit the next couple of videos, so this is actually going to be in parts, and also the video about like advice and support and mental health is going to be the next video, and that is actually going to be roughly split in parts as well. So after these next 4 videos, everything should be adjusted and should be all set and good to go. But thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, part 2 is already up and it is in the link down below, so definitely go ahead and look at that video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know how your pregnancy is going, or if you have any questions that you feel like I need to answer, or anything that you're just concerned about. Please let me know. Okay, this is going over. Bye.